Uh, what's up, everyone? I just got first place at my local Genesys tournament. That's 2 weeks in a row. I've got two Genesys tournaments in a row that I got first place using this exact Darklord deck. Well, last time I was missing a couple of cards, but this is the final variant. And I got first place. I went 4-0. My first match was against Horus Gate Guardian. My second match, my second round was against Mimigol. My third round was against the Mirror Match, Darklord Mirror Match. And my last round was Elf Note, Rose Dragon, King Calamity pile. Where the goal is the same amount King of All Calamity because it's only 21 points for whatever reason. But I got first place. And I 2-0'd all of my opponents apart from the last one where we went, it was 2-1. So this deck is really good. And the good thing is, there's only one expensive card in this entire deck, and you can cut it for a cheap one. I don't think it would hinder the deck too badly. Every card in here is like a penny, apart from one card. So triple Jehudi. This card is your normal summon of the deck. That's your special summon now any Darklord. Triple Google it. This is your main searcher, and especially in a format where there's no Ash. This card 99% of the time resolves and just gets you full combo. You just need to have a way to get this inside of the grave, no matter in whatever way you can. The best way to do it is if you pair it with an Yugioh. Yugioh, you just stitch these two together. Yugioh draws you two, and Google it searches you dance. So you just win the game. Because then these two are your two bodies. Then Yugioh plus Google are your two dance bodies to fuse with as well. So those are the three ofs: 3 Yugioh, 3 Googlet, 3 Jehudi. Two ofs, only the two indulged. You just don't want to draw one because you want to Jehudi special out indulged, but it can only special from deck. So if you draw one, you're kind of fucked. But normal summoning it isn't the worst. It's not the best, but you can still play if you have to normal summon this from a bad hand. Then our 3 one-ofs is Tez, Neston, and a Morningstar. You have to play Morningstar because you need it for fast Darklord. Neston actually came up really clutch for me today. It is an extra way that lets you discard 2 cards from your hand. So that comes really nice, and there's also another copy effect. This is mostly the time one I give to my opponent. And Tez is really good in Genesys. I know people side deck this in Darklord TCG, in like main TCG, but in Genesys, you just want the extra level 6 or higher. But also, this card protects you against Illusion Gate, Dark Hole, which is super popular cards because Illusion Gate is 0 points, where it should be like at least fucking 10 points or something. But Dark Hole's like 1 point. So if people have got spare points, they're just spending it on Dark Hole. So this protects you against those cards, and it discards itself instead of destroying all of your cards. So it's not actually like an on-chain effect. You just use it as the chain's resolving. So your opponent can't do anything about you protecting your cards. Just remember, it already protects your Darklord cards from destruction. And then for extra starters, we're running Cartesia plus 3 fusion deployment. This is 3 points. I just should have said Eggshell's 5 points a copy, and Cartesia 3 points. Fusion deployment. This does lock us into fusions, but when you make Grand Guggenol, you can send a Google from your deck to grave and just search the card you need from Google send, which is really good. And if you draw one of your level 6 or higher in hand with Cartesia, so you do Cartesia, summon, fuse with your level 6 or higher in hand to Grand Guggenol, send Google grab dance, and then you can fuse with your Google plus the level 6 you had to make Evening Star. So this is really nice extra starters. This could be cuttable come Blazing Dominion, which is in like a week from now, for the new Power Patron searcher, because that only searches for a Dark Fairy. So you could cut it, or you could add it in as an extra searcher, extra starter. The problem is, if you don't run these, I just feel like you don't have enough starters. I was running this without this initially, and I was just hard breaking because he just didn't have enough starters. I feel like you have to play an extra set of starters. And right now, that's Cartesia, but in the future, it could be the Power Patron starters. Spells time, triple banishment. This just fetches you any missing Darklord card you need. Literally any Darklord card. Nice and short text box. And then one contact. This just revives a Darklord from grave in defense. Really short text on this one. Obviously, you're able to copy all these effects with some of your bigger guys as well, which is really, really nice. Double Darklord Dance. I would highly recommend running this at 2. I know some people are running this at 1. I would run this at 2 until I die. There are times where you just don't have a copy effect ready to shuffle this back into your hand, but you have a banishment in hand, and you just need to search out a second dance to get the ball rolling. Yeah, I would highly recommend running dance at 2. It's so good. And extra card, are you gonna get spoilers here? Extra fusion spell immune this guy. This actually came up today. I got nibbed during my end phase. Well, as I went to leave end phase on my turn 1. But I used Mutiny in the Sky to shuffle back some materials to set up an Evening Star again at post nib. So yeah, so I had an Evening Star when I passed, and it was enough to win me the game post nib. So came in really clutch. And also, you can discard a card to add this back to your hand. So it's another way just to like discard Google from your hand if it's in your graveyard. Yeah, here's the expensive card. 1 droplet, 1 crown. You again, if you just wanted to, these are 10 points a copy, by the way. Droplets 10 points, crowns 10 points. But yeah, if you want to make the super budget, just play double droplet. Which what I was doing in the last tournament I did, which I also won. So though I do like crown a lot. I pinned the ultimate power patron on my opponent with the crown, and it hard with me the game because they just couldn't do anything with it. And then they passed turn, and I just full comboed. Crown is I think is a really good going fast card. You can definitely side this out going second. You don't need to run crown going second. Keep droplet though. And yeah, these are searchable from Google as well, so you can just add the one you want to your hand. It's really, really useful. And especially if you pass turn and you discard a Google from your hand as for one of your traps, you can just add Droplet or Crown to your hand. So then your opponent is going to be scared when you've got those 2 cards, especially in Genesys. Double Wild. Long and short of this card is you just target a level 4, 5 or lower monster. You add a level 10 card of the same type to your hand. So you just target Indulged or Jehudi, and you add Ixchel to hand with this card. So your Indulged can add Googlet, and this can add Ixchel, and you can ditch them both. This is a really nice addition. It's just an extra way to get extra names in hand. It's just an extra way to search out Ixchel, and kind of comes up. It does lock you into the type that you search for, but you have like 10. You get locked quite into like 10 different ways in this deck. One of each of the traps. We've got Rebellion. This is the pop. We got Banishment. Enchantment, which is a change of heart, and Sanctified, which is a non-target in Parma. Affect monster negate for the rest of the turn. This one rarely came up, but these 2 MVPs. But right now, just having the third one is kind of just nice because Evening Star, you have to be able to set a spell on a trap. So just having the extra one, just in case you draw 2 or something weird happens, where you don't have one in deck, just being able to have like an extra one in deck to have is nice. Also, there are hands where you can pull all 3 to your hand and settle 3. But and you can also ditch these with Exile too, and then just copy them, so you don't need to even activate them. So if you can get these into grave, turn 2, like if you go second, if you get one in grave, you can copy it whilst it's in grave on turn 2. So it's not bad keeping the traps in. Then we go to hand traps. For whatever reason, Orange Light, this was a turn skip today against like 2 people. Such a great card. Same with Orange Light, Green Light. These cards should all be pointed. This is the main problem with this deck. Is the main reason why this deck is so strong is that these are 0 points. And I'm not the only person who plays Darklord at Miracles, as I said. I played a mirror, and there's also a Madolche player who's also playing these cards. I feel like if your deck is a fairy decks are really, really good in Genesis because you can play these cards and there's for zero investment. You get to play probably the best hand trap in Genesis, and its little brother, which is also pretty good. Um, but yeah, being able to play these 6 cards is super strong, and we're also able to play these 3 cards. Um, these are 20 points apiece. You can just play this. You can just play triple draw. But yeah, this card has won me in my mirror match. My opponent plays banishment, adds eggshell to hand. I draw that. They have Google, and they told me after they had Google A already in hand, so I just hard shut down uh 2 of their cards instantly by pressing this, and I just proceeded to OTK. Um, in Genesis, this is a turn skip. There's many decks can't play through this at all. This is better than Nib. This card should go back up to 25 points. This card should go up to fucking 50 points. Uh, there was a time in Genesis where this card was 5 points and everybody ran it. There was no reason to not run it. And Dark Horse can. There's still no reason to not to. Uh, my opponent who was playing Darklord as well, they did a lot of varied like mix of like breakers and hand traps. They had like evenlies and I think they had Fuas as well and some other hand traps, but I just played the triple draw and it really worked out for me. Extra deck, uh, you got so much room in this extra deck. Like it's not even funny. Triple Evening Star. This at least 2 of these always come up. But I think running this at 3 is great. There's no reason to not run this at 3. Honestly, you got like so much room in this extra deck that I'm actually just making up cards to put in it. But yeah, I'd run 3 of these. I already run the 2 fast upload. I don't think running this at 3 is that necessary. But 2 is pretty good. Sometimes you might need to make a second one. Even though you already get the nuke once, because once the Morning Star's gone, right now it's gone. But there is going to be a new trap that's going to let us recycle it in the future. But this was great today. Fast upload being able to just nuke your opponent is so strong. I don't know. I feel like the fast upload should be a couple of points at the very least, just because of the nuke ability and to add some points into the deck. This card should be points. And then we are playing 2 Xyz cards. Again, we are playing Fusion Deployment, but if you don't draw the Cartesian and you just start with a Jehudi, you can make these guys. This rarely ever comes up. I never really play this. I mostly play Minerva. The cool thing about Minerva is you make Minerva with Jehudi and Indulged. You detach Jehudi. Make sure you detach Jehudi, and then you mill 3. And then if you mill the Light Spawn, you get to draw a card. But nobody gives a fuck. You just mill 3 to grave, and then you use the Jehudi to add one of the cards that you added to grave back to your hand. So you can add any Darklord or Forbidden Quick Play back to your hand. So you can just mill 3 for basically a mini duality effect. Because otherwise you're just sitting there with 2 Darklord, like the Indulged and Jehudi sitting on your field. Which could be used for fodder for your traps, but I feel like sending Jehudi to grave so you can recoup a card is pretty nice. This guy, Phantasm Emperor, whatever the fuck. We'll get to reason why we have him in a second. Loose. This doesn't really come up. You do fit. Yeah, these 2 aren't fairies. You do fairy luck yourself pretty instantly in this deck. But maybe like turn 3 or 4, and you have Mutiny in the Sky. Loose might come up again. I'm making up cards to put in this extra deck, but there is a world where this is possible to make. And it's a pretty good card. So yeah. And the reason why we got this is because we are running heavy poly in the side. And here are our heavy poly cards. This card requires 3 level 10 monsters. Is it 3 level 10 monsters or 3? Yeah, just 3 level 10 monsters. And these are level 10 monsters, and they're 0 attack. So when you send these for heavy poly, you don't take any damage. And you also run heavy poly, so you can just insta make this. So if you can get Morningstar to hand, hit the heavy poly, hit this down, you just can instantly nuke your opponent's board before anything happens. It's pretty strong. And then our last 3 cards are just going to be Grungrignol, Luluwaleth, and Proskinion. again, you don't have to run. Again, I'm just at both of these just because I had extra space in the in the extra deck to run both of them. Uh, None of these actually came up today. I never actually even made Grand Working all day. Um, but like Little Red is good. Skinning comes up sometimes. If you wanted to run an extra card in your extra in the side deck, you can take this out. You can take loose out. And you can take this Emperor guy. Like these three cards are like super cuttable, and then you can even cut down the you can cut these four cards and put in whatever the fuck you want. Um, I'll go over my side deck. I would probably advise most people to run again a side deck. Play to your locals in your side. Just if you know people are running certain decks, just play good cards that go into those decks in your side. Um, we got Odeon players at my locals. So I run this, but I would probably recommend you just running this anyway. This also came up against the assault mode deck. Assault mode, elf node, Bramble Rose, King Calamity deck. Hit the assault mode activate, which really helped me um, with this. So this is really, really good. Yep. Again, this should be points. Maybe not as many points as the other ones, but should be points still. Just the two kaijus. I think everyone should just be playing kaijus on the side, but it didn't really come out for me today. No Legoland plays. Twin Twister lets you discard a card, so and destroy two cards. So against back row heavy decks, against like Odeon, this is a pretty good card. Also against Mimigul, you want to play this because you need to normal summon, and you want to you want to just get rid of the field spell because you just can't normal summon if the field spell's up. Triple heavy poly. This card just got reprinted. It's like a penny now. Two Shadow Ride. I drew this. I already sided this in once all day again because I only sided going fast once all day anyway. And I saw it, but I never got to activate it because my opponent didn't ever add a card. Didn't even well they tried to add that one card to the hand once, and I negated it, and then they also had draw in hand. Um, so I think I would have just rather just hit the draw. But yeah, Shadow Ride is a really good card. This card is a couple of quid a copy and quite hard to get hold of. But you don't need to play this. You can play whatever side deck card you want in the slot. You could just fill in space. Then we have 2 points left over, so I just put them in Dark Hole. I didn't see it all day, but just two. I had 2 points left over, so I was like, it's this or Cyclones uh or DD Crows. So I just had 2 points left over. I thought Dark Hole was probably the best value. Especially because most people can't play. If you double Dark Hole, most people can't play through two Dark Holes. It's pretty good. So yeah, that's the deck. It's pretty strong in the end. I suspect that these will be taken out come next list to adjust for the fact the deck will actually have points. But I still think the deck's gonna be really strong either way. Because even if these get taken out, you still probably have room to play something like Vela or even just like Mourners or Ghost Ogres or another lower pointed hand trap. To go along with these hand traps too. Um, but yeah, I do expect this deck to be hit in some capacity. I think it is, but I do think the deck isn't impossible to play into. I think the deck is relatively fair. The mirror match is a pain in the ass, just because you can fuse with each other's boards. If you give your opponent the wrong thing with indulge, they can start doing shit. Um, but yeah. Let me know what you think. And again, I went XO today, and I'm quite happy with how the deck turned out.